Welcome to the Jenleeíon Circle. Mario Bonds here. Really excited that we're having a conversation with a youth that word doesn't really describe her. She is already a force of nature with a promising future. Today we are speaking to 11-year-old Eris Busey, who is already a commercial and print model and was the 2020 USA Model Z Top Model of the Year. Pretty exciting. She has slayed many runways across the United States and is the author of a book already. If that doesn't sound impressive enough, let's see how you feel once we get into this conversation with her. How are you doing, Eris?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the reciprocal ask. I guess the first thing I'm going to say to you is, how was school today?
It was okay. It was school. School is school. But yeah, it was okay.
And I say that to say, at 11 years old, with a resume that already reads the way yours does, I had to definitely start off by asking about school. But I'm curious, at what age did you get into modeling, and why are you interested in it?
I started modeling around 9, turning 10. And I'm really interested in modeling because I love to be the center of attention. I love for people to see me and make sure that I'm known. And I feel as though modeling is a great way to show that on a runway.
Well, thank you for that honesty, but I'll say this: you want to make sure that you're known. What is the greatest purpose that you want to serve behind that? Which is a loaded question to ask a normal 11-year-old, but you are no a normal 11-year-old. So with that being known, getting that ability to be known, what do you plan to do with that, or what do you hope becomes of it?
I plan to make an influence on other children, maybe even adults, that age doesn't matter, really. You can be whatever you want to be at any age.
That's fantastic. One of the things that you said, you want to have be an influence on children and adults. Have you given much thought to children who are experiencing bullying?
Yes, I actually have. When you're when you're bullied, they want to make you feel less than. They want to make you feel like you're never good enough and that you don't belong where you are. And when you are actually pursuing that, and when you're on a runway, when you're on the runway, you are the center of attention. That part is on you and what you're wearing. So I feel as though when you model, you get a chance to show the world who you are.
Wow, especially if they use the word slay is used to describe your runway strut, if you will. Is there an event you've done so far that is a highlight for you that you definitely are like, God, I'm so cool that mom let me do that, or what have you?
Definitely the first show I have did, the first professional fashion show, which is with you guys. It was
Yes.
really, really, that was where I first recognized that I really wanted to model in life.
Now, Jenleeíon Magazine and Only Talent Management, the parent company of Jenleeíon Magazine, typically puts on a fashion show to commemorate our aunt, and more importantly, to celebrate muscular sclerosis. And we first were introduced to Eris at that. Typically, it happens every March, but obviously, it's been put on hold because of the current COVID situation. So tell me about that experience. That was your first show. Take me through the steps of your experience there, and what was the moment that you said, you know what, I was born to slay the runway?
When I first wanted to do the show, I remember I came to the model call and I walked. I walked and it was simple. But when I actually got to the show, backstage was different. I've never seen that much adults and children at the same time backstage. It was definitely an eye opener. And I knew that the moment that I actually started to step on that runway and started to model, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Because just being with that crowd and the crowd having that energy is a really nice feeling. That is definitely when I felt as though I wanted to model. And backstage was great. It's different because the show that I've done before, backstage is less chaotic. But when you had that chaotic backstage, you get to see that's how real shows are.
Yeah,
That was definitely an
real
eye-opener.
productions. Yeah, real productions, so to speak. So you know, that that's really exciting to me. So any stage fright? I mean, even just talking to you here, you know, even before we started the broadcast, you know, you boldly let me know, yeah, I can hear you, but your camera's not on. So you definitely have the assertiveness. But at that point, prior to this point, any stage fright, any nervousness ever?
All the time, actually. Before I go on there, there's always these jitters, but they immediately go away when I step on stage. Always jitters. Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is incredible. So, Eris, you know, I read that you are the founder of Eris Busey Community Works. What is that?
Yes. Community works is actually when I help out the community. I work with people like CFSA, Child and Family Services. So I am able to give back to the community because I know a lot of people don't have what I have. And you can help with that by actually doing community work to help the community.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes, I'm listening.
Sure. It's the big secret. I actually adopted two children who were children of CFSA, Child and Family Services.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Right now, I have a 10-year-old son and a 16-year-old son who were both foster children with Child and Family Services of DC. So I'm very familiar with CFSA. I'm very familiar with Brenda Donald. I'm assuming you've had dialogue with her.
Yes, she was great. She was great.
Yes.
I love her personality.
Yeah, and very serious about, you know, what they do for children. So what are some of the, you organize various partnerships, obviously, with CFSA being one of the partnerships, and I understand that some of that work includes work with community events that are geared towards helping the homeless. Tell me some about that, because my goodness, I'll tell you, there are a lot of adults who have yet to adopt what's called philanthropic, right? Giving back, you know, sort of, you know, adults who still have not gotten philanthropic in the way that we all should be. And it seems like you already are, that's already dear to your heart. So tell me some of the stuff about the community involvement as it relates to homelessness and as it relates to some of the kids at Child and Family Services.
So around September, before school started, I actually did a school drive where I just stood outside. I served hot dogs. People could either do cash donations where we would buy the coats, or they can donate those coats. When they donate those coats, we would give those to CFSA, and we will meet up with them, you know, collab and things like that. And for the homelessness, we did a winter coat drive. The winter coat drive was almost the exact same as the school drive, but of course it was winter coats. We gave the children's winter coats to the CFSA and the rest of the adult coats to actually the homeless.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. I'm so happy to hear something like that. And like I said, it's dear to your heart, and I know that is something that you're going to carry for a very long time, because you already have this huge spirit of humility. Tell us about the experience of doing the Planet Word Museum commercial and being in the movie London.
It was
I'd love to know about that.
For the commercial, it was different because that museum is amazing. It actually teaches you something. When you're at the museum, it's so much technology involved, you forget that you're even at a museum. Mm-hmm. It's so cool that you get to see how technology works, and you get to teach different languages through technology. Everything is through technology, really. And for the movie London and James, I was about a young age. I think I was almost 10, maybe already 10. It was so scary. With the camera from my face, I loved it, but it was so frightening because I didn't know if I was doing great or if I was doing horrible. But those words of encouragement that I received made the experience even better.
That's really cool. So I'm going to pivot to something really quickly. One of your inspirations is Taraji P. Henson, right?
Yes.
Why?
I watched plenty of movies with Taraji P. Henson.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed how she can shift those emotions really quickly. And I want to do that in life. And I want to be that good of a person. And she does multiple things. Not only does she act, she does interviews with other people. I can definitely look up to her as a person. When she acts, I get to see how she changes. She has different moods, and it's so quick that you couldn't even tell that it was a different mood before, which is definitely why she's one of my biggest inspirations, because of her emotion, because of her mood changes.
I think that's wonderful. So in your, one of Eris's hugest aspirations is to become an Academy Award winning actress someday. So that means that you're already practicing acting?
Yes, I actually am. I'm, of course, auditioning for stuff, doing monologues, self tapes, and I enjoy them. I do.
How are you with improv?
I'm okay. I could definitely use improvement.
Well, that's okay. If I'm not putting you on the spot, we usually do a section of rapid fire where we ask rapid fire questions. I would like to pivot to something that's a little bit more fun, and I'm going to do a rapid fire scenario. I'll act as a character, a rapid fire scenario, and all you have to do is just give me one sentence back and whatever emotion is appropriate for the scenario. I think that'll be fun. Are you up for that?
I'm definitely up for it. I'm excited.
Awesome. All right, so here we go. Um, I am a kid who is upset in class because he feels like the teacher is picking on him because the teacher always calls on them. And I want some advice from a friend. So don't
A
understand.
friend?
So here's my line. I don't understand. They're always calling on me, and there's other children in the room. I don't have to answer every question. I hate this teacher. What would you say?
I would definitely, okay, character. No reason to hate the teacher. She calls on you because she knows that you can do what you need to do as a person.
I love it. Bold and everything. Okay, so I am a kid who's been bullied for being fat. Okay, and so I'm a guy. I'm sick of everybody always picking on me. It doesn't make any sense. Like I don't I don't even want to try out for the football team because they're just gonna laugh at me about me being fat.
Why do you care? They're simply picking on you because they know that you can do what you need to do. They know that you're competition. They know that you can outshine them. So therefore, what you have to do is actually pursue that. You need to try out for the football team immediately.
Okay, and now I'm the girl coming to take your lunch. First of all, I ain't gonna play with you. You got 3 seconds to drop your money and give it to me, Miss Pretty.
Make me. This is not going to work. This is how it's going to go. What you're going to do is I want you to step back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my lunch and you can go find somewhere else to go. We're not going to do this today.
No, we're not gonna do this today. Awesome stuff. That was fun. Thank you for indulging me. Obviously, Tyra Banks is one of your inspirations as well. Obviously, that goes without saying. I'm assuming it's because she is a top model, and ideally, is it that you idolize the way she owned the runway? What's the biggest inspiration there besides the top modeling tie-in?
The way that she walks. I've watched many seasons of America's Next Top Model. Therefore, I'm actually restarting it. But when you see her walk, you get to see her personality through that walk, which is definitely my biggest inspiration.
Sounds good. You know, look. I think a lot of people love the way Tyra walks. Definitely. You're called a pillar of positivity. Is that something you would say about yourself?
Definitely. I do not like negativity at all. When you come to me and you're negative, it's a whole mood switch because there's absolutely no reason you have to be negative towards me. I don't do anything. Definitely positive. And even if you're negative with me, I'm going to be positive because when you're negative, that just, no, I don't like negativity at all.
And so, Eris, the last topic I'd like to talk about with you is obviously something that is dear to me and dear to everyone here at Jenleeíon, and that is the idea of a father being gone. So,
Yes.
I was abandoned by my father. Obviously, my siblings, my siblings share the same story, and some people don't have dads because maybe the dads don't know about them, or maybe their dads have passed on, or maybe dads just decided not to be there. You released a book called Dad Gone. What is that about?
Yeah. It is about how I made it to where I am without a father figure. Because those father figures can definitely mean a lot at a home. Because when you don't have a father, it's like, where is he? There's always a missing spot at the table. There's always just a missing spot. And I wanted to show other little girls and boys that you're able to do whatever you need to do without that father figure. And it does not depend on that father figure nor that mother figure. It depends on what you want to do and what you are as a person.
Now, what's incredible about that is I didn't get that until I was twice your age. I didn't get that until 22. So, what is the biggest inspiration for you getting to that frame of mind, so to speak? Did mom help you get there, or or to me, it seems like it's something that's just you know, in developing that. But what was the process to getting to that? Because at 8, 9, 10, 11, I was desperate. I was that kid who wanted to say daddy, and I wish to goodness at your age, I had gotten this freedom because I would have grown up a lot differently. So I commend you for that. But what helped get you to this mental status now of, you know what, I'm not hurt right now. I'm not going to cry right now about dad not being here, and I know I can still be and still become the fullest extent of Eris with or without a father.
At a young age, there was always field trips where you can invite a mom or a dad, and I will always invite my mom or my grandma. And everybody will always ask, well, where's your dad? Never see your dad. At first, it used to be kind of weird. I used to be kind of sad because I never got the feeling of actually having a dad.
Mm-hmm.
But once I've grown up and I've seen how my mother adapts to the world and how she handles 2 kids on her own, and then she had my brother Christian, and she's handling 3 kids on her own currently. And once I see that, it just makes me a stronger person because I know that she never depended on that father figure to help us. Never. She was definitely my support system.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never, if I ever needed anything, I would go to my mother because she was the only parent I've had in the home. But she was definitely how I've gained all of that confidence and how I've built all of that courage up without having a father, definitely.
What are some of the highlights, you know, of the book? Because ideally, this could encourage, you know, I'm pretty sure your mom has spoken to you about this, that, you know, in the Black community, it's a huge problem, you know, where we see a lot of homes without dad for whatever reason, so to speak. What are some of the biggest takeaways that you would want another little girl your age to walk away with? If you were to just give me a punchline for it, what's the biggest thing you would want them to walk away with?
It's not your fault. They chose not to be in your life. They chose to walk away. So the best that you can do is make something out of it.
My goodness, with that, you spoke directly to the 8-year-old little boy in me who was hurt the last time, you know, I saw my father walk out and abandon us for the second time. So Eris's book can be purchased on Amazon. It was released on December 11th, 2020. Simply go to Amazon and search Dad Gone by Eris Busey, and you'll be able to purchase this. I'm assuming, is it available as an electronic download, or is it available in paperback as well?
Not yet. Right now, we just have it on Amazon, but we will have more bookstores and things coming soon.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I am definitely looking forward to reading it. We're going to definitely read it here at Jenleeíon. and I'll do a editor's evaluation of it as well, and have that written up as well, separate from your cover. We're excited that Eris is going to be gracing the Jenleeíon cover. You join. Let me tell you, you join. You know who Dionne Warwick is? It's okay, boo. You're only 11 years old. Dionne Warwick is a legend. Your mom knows who she is. Dionne Warwick is a legend, so to speak, in the entertainment world. So you will be joining the likes of her in gracing the cover of Jenleeíon, and I'm so excited that you'll be doing that. And more importantly, I'm excited that you decided to sit here and have a conversation with me. I think the audience is definitely going to love you. I learned that you managed to keep straight A's even though you're constantly attacking your dreams. That's impressive as well. So before we go, I'm going to give you the last words to speak directly out to your generation out there. Earlier, you provided a punchline for your book. Give them a basic punchline for life. I'll give you the last words.
To all of those little boys and girls out there, you don't need a father figure nor a mother figure. What you need is yourself. It's great to have a support system, but you don't need it. You can be yourself without those people. You can pursue your dreams without those people. And that's about all I have to say as in words of encouragement. But if you would like, reading the book is also a great thing of encouragement.
Where can everybody follow you, Eris?
You guys can follow me on Instagram and Facebook on Eris_Aubrey, and on Facebook, Eris Aubrey Busey. You can follow my book page at dad.gone. Those are my socials, or you may email me if you need me, eris.aubreyb@gmail.com.
All right, well, sounds good. Please be sure to check out Eris's cover. And again, we're thanking you for joining us in the Jenleeíon Circle. Have a great evening, Eris.
Thank you for all the support. Thank you for having me here with you today.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.